Good afternoon and welcome to today's live. Today we're going to be talking about exhaustion in the wedding industry. It's a topic that has come up again and again with members and clients. So first of all, welcome. My name is Bernadette. I am the owner of the UK Alliance of Wedding Planners, and I am also a business consultant independently as well. So today we're going to be talking about exhaustion in the wedding industry. So if you are joining me live, if you could just pop a comment so that I know you're here. We were experiencing tech issues, meaning I wasn't able to go live directly within Facebook, so I am using StreamYard. So hopefully this actually works. So thank you very much for joining me. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them. But exhaustion in the wedding industry, this is a brilliant, at least I know that it's working, which is always a good start. Exhaustion in the wedding industry. So this topic has come up again and again with my members of the UKAWP, with my students, with my consultancy clients. And funny enough, I've just got off a call with our members. So we just had our monthly connect and support call, and everyone was saying how tired they are right now and how they keep getting ill. If you think about it, we have had 2 years of back-to-back weddings, 2 years of handling postponements, having weddings delayed again and again, but at the same time, having an increase in the number of bookings that we have been getting. So it's not surprising rather, that you would be tired right now. Common themes that are coming up are you've had a lot of short lead weddings, which means you are furiously having to provide the service at a very short lead time. Unrealistic demands from clients. Let me know if any of these are ringing true for you right now. Unrealistic demands from clients. Uncommunicative colleagues in the wedding industry. So whether that is a wedding planner, you are trying to get quotes from a supplier and they're not getting back to you, or whether you are a wedding supplier and a wedding planner is not getting back to you. It is happening in both directions right now. So much time working with your clients that you aren't able to spend any time actually working on your business, which means if you don't have the time to work on your business, it is hard for you to grow and scale. And so you have to have the balance between the two. Working so hard and then stopping and then getting ill. This has come up with my members. I said, we just jumped off of I was just on a call with them, and so many of us saying how they are ill right now. And it's not surprising, is it? So let me know, are any of those common themes something that you are suffering with right now? Are you feeling tired? What is your mental well-being right now? How is it that you are feeling? So we're all under so much mental strain right now, whether it's financial pressures, particularly with the cost of living crisis, health concerns. Our minds and our bodies have been in survival mode since 2020. And survival mode takes up a huge amount of our energy. We are able to achieve things that perhaps we wouldn't have been able to achieve before. We're going full speed ahead. We're really on it. We're diversifying. We're meeting the challenges head on. But this takes up so much energy, and you've only got so much energy that once it's used up, that's when you crash. And that's when you feel that utter tiredness and an inability to really see what's ahead of you, the challenges that you face on what will happen in 2023. So what can you do to help yourself right now? For many of us, we are at the end of wedding season. Now, excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee because I have been back to back today. So for many of us, we are at the end of wedding season right now. So what could you be doing with your time? The first thing I would like to say is I really want you to rest your mind and your body. This is so important in order for you to be able to progress forward, in order for you to really scale in 2023. Now, you have expelled a lot of energy, both physically and mentally. So wedding season is now over. But the inquiries, we all know they're going to be filtering in. We are about to hit proposal season. So it's vital that you are able to recharge your energy before that happens. Tiredness can really affect your ability to focus. It can really affect your ability to make decisions. So keep up your energy levels. Make sure that you're getting at least 7 to 9 hours sleep a night and going to bed at a reasonable time. I know that sounds really boring, but it's incredibly important for the well-being of your mind and your body. Embrace power naps. You know, so many successful people do this. There is nothing wrong with taking a 10-minute nap in the middle of the day. You will do this and then you'll feel refreshed and able to attack your afternoon. It's important that you keep it to just about 10 minutes. This is not supposed to be a proper sleep. It is just a power nap. This will leave you feeling far more energized and refreshed and ready to achieve what you need to achieve the rest of the day. Ensure that you don't have many back-to-back meetings. Stagger these alongside quieter days. I, for example, leave Friday free. So people are not able to book calls with me on a Friday unless I decide to allow that to happen. So Friday is my day to catch up on whatever I haven't managed to do the rest of the week. So perhaps you can do something similar. This gives me a chance just to catch up on my office admin, scheduled self-care, and plus, as an introvert, this gives me a chance to just be on my own and not talk. I can guarantee on a Friday, I'm going to be in my joggers and my hoodie. But what can you do to help you with resting your mind and resting your body? There are some tech tools that I would recommend that are going to help you. So the first thing is utilize something like Calendly. There are other systems out there, but I use Calendly. This is automated and allows people to book calls with me. I do not have to use my energy to book those calls. It is all systemized and automized for me. This then goes directly into my calendar, and this also links up with Zoom. So I don't have to do anything apart from show up on the call. So think about doing that. Is this going to help your wedding business? Could you set up a booking system where you are pre-screening people before they book the calls with you to ensure that they are a good fit for you and your business? You can also set the days and the times that you're available for calls. So perhaps you only want to take calls between 10 and 3 p.m. as an example. So people are only able to book calls in that time, and it stops the back and forth notion of trying to confirm a time with a potential lead. And not to mention, it looks far more professional. Make sure that you are pre-screening clients beforehand to make sure that they are a good fit. You need to value your time. Value where you are spending your time in order to move your business forward. This is essential. So don't underestimate how important you are to your business, your health, and your mindset. So do value your time moving forward. Think about time blocking or doing theme days. I will pop a link in the comments of a blog post I've done on my other business to help you with that. Some people love time blocking. Some people find that too restrictive, and so they tend to use theme days. Find a system that works well for you. In other words, so that you know what you're doing each day, because actually there's a lot of scientific data that shows when we are going from task to task, that is using too much energy. It takes too long to stop a task and start a new task compared to if you just concentrate on one thing at a time. So really understanding what is it that you want to achieve that day, that week, that month, that quarter. So as boring as it sounds, really making sure that you're pre-planning. Schedule time off over Christmas. Really do that. And then think about what time off do you want in 2023. Make a point of scheduling that now and blocking it out, and make a commitment that you will not take on any weddings during that time. Making sure that you've got time to rest and also spend time with your loved ones is so important. Business is not everything. You are more important than your business. And think about limiting the number of events and number of weddings that you have in 2023. Now, you are only able to do this if you have been analysing your financials, that you understand your profitability. That is key. So making sure that you're still earning what you need to earn to run a profitable business, but valuing your energy at the same time. Yeah, so Leslie, you offer a 15-minute discovery call to see if your clients and you are a good fit before you go into full-blown wedding consultations. Brilliant. And it's so important. It's amazing how many people don't pre-qualify their clients beforehand. Because even like 15-minute calls, if they're not a good fit for you, what could you have done with those 15 minutes? But pre-qualifying is so important before you actually go into that wedding consultation. But is there a way that you can pre-qualify without actually getting on a call with them? That's just something to think about for the future. Okay, so moving on to eating well. Now, by the way, I will pop all of this up as a blog post for you a little bit later. So don't worry so much about taking notes. I'll make it easy for you a little bit later. So eating well. I mean, again, I know this sounds boring, but eating a healthy, balanced diet, lots of vitamins, minerals, drinking lots of water, just allowing your body to function efficiently, increasing your metabolism and your energy levels, and helping avoid the afternoon slump. But if you need to have that power nap, like I said, then do it. And while your skinny matcha lattes will give you that temporary energy boost, try not to depend too much on the caffeine throughout the day, as it can lead you to a bit of a crash in the afternoon. Order some healthy snacks, have them handy. I have them in the drawer next to me. I mean, I have to do that to hide them from the teenage boys who will eat anything and everything in the house. Consider using a food subscription service. Just think about why you are so exhausted right now. So you are exhausted because you have been doing double the number of weddings, that you've had 2 years of being in survival mode. So what we need to try and do is really help your energy, to build your energy back up, to refuel your mind and your body. And that is really essential in order to help you really thrive in 2023. Which leads us on to thinking about having an active body. So it could be you love going to the gym. If you do, brilliant. But there are other things you can do as well. Going out in nature, going for a walk. I find this a brilliant time to decompress and really think about what I want to do moving forward. Doing some daily yoga or stretching. When things get really busy, it can be hard to set aside, an hour. But even just, taking a little walk around the block can make a massive difference. Do this in a lunch break. And if you don't have a lunch break, ensure that you start scheduling, 30 minutes to step away from your computer, to eat your lunch, to have your glass of water, and to maybe just do some stretching or just to walk around the block. I then want to move on to having an active mind. So we've spoken about eating well, we've spoken about making sure that you're sleeping, you're resting, you're booking some time off. But let's talk about having an active mind, because it can be all too easy just to go from one season to the next, from one wedding to the next, and you don't actually have any time in between. And the trouble with doing that, particularly if you're just working on your clients, you will find that the subsequent year you may not have enough weddings, and that's because you've spent all your time actually working on the client weddings, as opposed to really thinking about how you can move your business forward. So think about how you can really help your mind stay active. This could be as simple as reading a book, subscribing to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, doing a daily crossword, listening to or watching a TED Talk. Anything that stimulates your mind is going to help you feel less fatigued. I commit to reading just one chapter of a book a day. That's what I do. Business development book. So I just do one chapter a day. And that helps. Imagine if you read one chapter a day, how many books you would actually read in a year, and how that will really help you progress your mind, progress your business forward. Are there lots of courses that you bought in lockdown? Any freebies, any low cost things that you bought and you never did? Can you dedicate some time to actually completing all those courses, to work on your business so that you can scale and grow next year? What changes do you need to make for 2023? So what went well this year? What didn't? What do you want to change for 2023? Set yourself daily habits to set yourself up for success. Do the exercise. Increase your knowledge. Journal. Journaling is brilliant. If you do that every day, you can just dump all your thoughts down on paper. And this really helps you understand how you are feeling subconsciously right now, what you love about your business, what you don't love about your business, what frustrates you, what brings you joy. So I know journaling probably sounds really strange, but it's massively beneficial for your business. Doing the art of forgiveness. Now, I love this, and this is so good for your mental well-being. You could do this in your journal or outside of your journal. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you've got a client that is really challenging, that doesn't trust you, that is really demanding. You write a letter of forgiveness. I forgive such and such for taken too much of my time away from my family. I forgive so and so for. So you go through the act of forgiveness and then just rip it up after. It's amazing how this helps release that negative emotion, and it really helps us move forward. Because if you get stuck in that situation of resentment and frustration, it's really hard for you to move forward and to have that energy that you are going to need for the next wedding season. And then also analysing your habits for success. So what are you doing currently that is not helping you or helping your business? This could be spending too long scrolling on social media. This could be having having a chocolate bar every afternoon, or whatever these habits are. What habits are not good for you in terms of the growth of your business? So analyze the habits that you think are not good for you, and then think about what new habits could you instill. There's a lot of research that shows that you need to be doing something for at least 28 days before it becomes a habit. So what business habits or what habits are good for you, for your mindset, for your health, and for your business? Examples are drinking so much water a day, making that become a habit. So brushing our teeth is a habit, as an example. So that is a good habit. We do that every day. So brushing our teeth is a habit that we already do. So what other habits could you do that are going to help you? Reading a chapter of a book. You could set up a habit that at 9 o'clock every day, you spend half an hour reading. That's your habit. Imagine the change that will happen if you do that. A habit could be that you spend, again, half hour. Let's do these in half-hour chunks. You could set aside half hour to interact with people on social media, to increase the communication, to increase the collaborations, to nurture relationships. 30 minutes a day, just doing that. So what are you currently spending more than 30 minutes a day doing that is not benefiting you, that is not helping your mind, is not helping your body, is not helping your growth? Analyze those habits and instead think of new powerful habits that you could be doing instead. And if you do those steps, if you look after your mind, if you look after your health, if you look after your well-being, that's going to really help you move your business forward. What doesn't work is to just keep going, to ignore the warning signs of being ill, to ignore the warning signs of suddenly having no motivation, to ignore the warning signs of having frustration with others, having a short fuse, not being able to see how to progress further. These are all massive warning signs that you need to look after your mental well-being in order to move forward. And I don't think people outside of the wedding industry understand how tough it has been over the last few years and how tired you are. And I understand that. And that is why I just wanted to help you today and to just reassure you that you are not alone, that there are others feeling exactly the same way as you. And by putting small steps in, this will really help you move your business forward. Now, keep an eye out on Facebook. I've got a number of lives coming up over the next few weeks, some really interesting topics. If you would like more support in your business, then doors are open to membership right now. I will pop the link in the comments in a moment, but doors are open. If you just want to have a chat with me to check whether this is a right fit for you, I'm more than happy to do that. Again, I will send you a link. A reminder that we are open to UK wedding planners, destination wedding planners, and wedding suppliers. I'm afraid we don't have a category for wedding venues, so sorry. But I can recommend other memberships that are brilliant for wedding venues. But if you are a wedding supplier, wedding planner, then I would love you to come and join our community where you can experience more training. You can experience really powerful monthly calls, which are a bit like having a mastermind, but also embracing community over competition. So getting to know your fellow peers and helping and supporting each other is really key, and that really helps you move forward. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you are watching the replay, if you have any questions at all, please do just pop them in the comments and I absolutely will come back to you. But otherwise, join me a little bit later in the week for another live where I talk a little bit more about being a member of the Alliance. Apart from that, have a really good Tuesday and I will speak with you soon. Thank you for joining. Bye.